Hey YouTube, sorry my video was a little frozen at the beginning. I hope the lighting is okay. Yeah, it looks fine. I feel like it's not as bright as it normally is. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so I'm gonna finish touching up my hair. I just decided to do a sleek ponytail. I did have two braids on the side, but it wasn't as neat and as smooth as I wanted it to be, so I just took those down and just did my typical low ponytails. This is like a super easy hairstyle, and you can make it into a bun if you want to make it more of a protective hairstyle, but it's just my wash and go ponytail. And I'm going to take some of this Jamaican black castor oil or black castor and flaxseed oil gel from Eco Style that I don't really like for my wash and goes to smooth any flyaways using my hair toothbrush. I'm just brushing that down so that I can have this part be as smooth and as sleek as possible. I guess you could say this is like kind of one of my signature hairstyles because I've been wearing it so much. I feel like for at least 1 week out of a month, my hair is in this sort of low ponytail. But you want to be careful not to do it too much because of the tension and pressure that it puts, at the base of your head. You don't want to do that repeatedly too much because then it might cause breakage. It can potentially if you're not careful. And for me, it causes my hair not to dry all the way on the inside, which, can start to smell bad or get moldy in there if you're not careful. So I usually keep the ponytail in when I sleep for the first 2 or 3 days, and then I start to take the ponytail out so that the hair can fully dry in there and I don't run into that issue. I'm just literally brushing and smoothing with my hand because I want it to be as sleek as possible from the front. I want it to look like I am bald or I have a really low haircut from the front. And then I turn my head and you're like, oh, she's not bald. She has a ponytail. But yeah, hopefully y'all can see. It's still pretty sleek from last night. And that's one thing I love about this style, that it's really low maintenance. Like literally just put the bonnet on, go to sleep, wake up, get your toothbrush and some gel. I usually don't add any water because that will cause the hair to revert. I normally just use a toothbrush and some gel. Or if there's enough, if I feel like once I've had the style for like 4 or 5 days, there will be so much gel in my hair that I just need to lightly dampen my toothbrush and then reactivate the gel that's already in my head. Because I use a lot of gel for this style to make sure that it stays. I'm loving the puff though. I'm loving the curls in my little puff pony. I used a different product and I'm liking it for this little wash and go ponytail. I might try it on actual wash and go. Alright, I feel like it's really sleek and smooth. I still see some flyaways. I'm like literally trying to get all of those gone. So I'm just going to apply a bunch of gel and smooth it over my hair. And I make sure to moisturize my hair really well before I do this so that the moisture is like locked in. That's another thing I like about this is that it keeps it really is kind of like a protective style because it's keeping my hair in a sense sort of tucked away, like it's all just laid down flat. The ends are exposed, but they're easy to re-moisturize and I'm not manipulating it. Okay, there we go. You see how there's like hardly any flyaways now? Or any little bumps? There we go. Okay, I'm satisfied with this now. I have to give the Lord my best. So now I have like excess gel on my hands. I'm just gonna wipe it on my towel. Normally I would like put it in the puff, but I'm good with what I got going on. Alright, so this is gonna be a makeup tutorial. Get ready with me. It's Sunday. It's the first day of a new week. We all know that my week last week was not the best, and I will upload Thursday and Friday. Thursday, Friday video today, and then I'll do Sunday, Monday, maybe on Monday. Yeah. I don't really have a set schedule. You guys know I just upload as I feel. So, yeah. All right. Let's talk about the Fenty Beauty Foundation. So, this isn't as long wearing on me when I'm like at school, moving around and doing all the stuff that I do at school, I've discovered. Also, the shade is a little bit too dark for me. So I've been liking it more when I mix it with other foundations that are more of my winter, true winter shade when I lose my summer tan, because I did get really, really dark this summer. I'm also finding that this foundation matches the back side of me a lot more. The back of me is a lot darker than the front of me, and when I'm looking and talking to people, they're not seeing the back of me. The only time they would really see the huge color difference is if I were to look over my shoulder. You can see how dark this part of my neck and shoulders are compared to my face. And this foundation really matches the back side of me perfectly, 450. So when I wear it on my face, a lot of people are like, did you get a tan? You look a lot darker, because it doesn't match the front of me, which is what people are mostly paying attention to and looking at. But I do like the way that it matches the deeper parts of me. So this is my perfect summer color. It matches the deepest parts of me, but in reality, most people are just looking here. So I need something that matches this area, like my chest, a little bit better, instead of having such a dark face and you're not really seeing how that flows. Now, and especially for school, because I'm mostly covered. So if I were wearing something that showed more skin, like my legs are dark and my arms are dark, and you're looking at me from far away, then it makes sense. But up close, I'm usually close to people. And like I said, they're just focusing right here. So I need something that matches my chest. So I'm thinking about getting this in a lighter shade once it actually comes back into stock to see. And I think I'm going to get shade 530. I'm going to go 2 shades lighter than this. And that should be good because of the dry down. But I do like this, and I do suggest that you try it out. So today I'm actually going to be mixing this, and I like it mixed best with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. That's the best mix I get. I also like it mixed with the NYX Total Coverage Control Drops, which I still don't have my perfect shade in that foundation either. But I think it's going to be Cocoa. Alright, so yeah, those are the updates on that. Love the blotting powder. The blotting powder is really effective for blotting, and it's also effective for setting your foundation if you want to use it in that way. I like this best applied with a brush, but you can use a beauty blender, but I still feel like with this foundation alone, I don't get the coverage that I desire. I want more of a full coverage because of all the spots I have on my face, and this really is truly like a medium plus. A medium and a half. It's not quite full coverage. Okay, so let's get into my Saturday, and let's start with this makeup look. I'm going to do that Blac Chyna. Well, her makeup artist did it, but the look that Blac Chyna made very popular with the red eyeshadow, the matte reddish orange eyeshadow. So pretty. I just watched Fumi's video. I watch her a lot. She's darker skinned. She's darker than me, but I just love her eye looks because she has such beautiful eyes. And she is a person who really loves Juvia's Place eyeshadows and palettes and brushes, and I have all of the Juvia's Place eyeshadows. And I watch her reviews on stuff just because she's awesome, and her laugh is just, it just makes you laugh. Like, she just has really good energy. I really like watching her. I really enjoy her, even though I'm pretty sure she's older than my mom. But she's still beautiful, gorgeous, awesome. Love her. Today I'm going to mix... trying to decide what I want to mix this with. I've been trying, different combinations so I can give y'all the lowdown. Why am I thinking of the song Let Out by Jadina? We're going to mix this with, let me look at my foundation pile. Let me go look at my foundations that are too light. Okay, this should be nice. We're going to use the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation. I really do love this foundation. It's in the shade 28 Clove, and this is too light for me. It's a very liquidy formula. How much do I even have in here? I feel like it's almost empty because oh yeah, it is basically empty. Almost empty. I use the heck out of this foundation because I really like it. It's kind of liquidy. So we're going to mix these two shades together. Hopefully you can see the difference in the color. Remember, this bottle is frosted. But they're very similar in undertone, very warm undertone. I feel like this one's a little bit more yellow. And I also feel like that would suit me better if I got shade 530, even though it's labeled as neutral. I feel like it's a little bit more yellow, less red, but still a little warm. Like there's still a little bit of red in there, and I kind of like that for myself, being that even though I really have like zero red in my skin. I find that if I get a foundation that's lighter, a little bit lighter than me, but it has a little bit of red to it, it looks a little bit better on my skin. Because red tends to make my foundations look darker on me. That's why I'm not afraid to go up to shade 5 or 430 instead of 440. I don't want to go just one shade up. I'm going to go 2. I think. And then if I need to mix them, it's easy to mix. Even though I don't really like mixing. Alright, so my face is already cleansed and moisturized. I don't think I'm going to go in with a primer. I still like this foundation best without a primer. And for the sake of time, because I kind of need to move quickly, I'm going to use a brush. I've been trying out the Gym Blender, and I do like it, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to use a foundation brush to blend out this foundation. I'm already dropping stuff, guys. Like, stuff is already falling. It's probably because I have a small area to work with. Oh, it's just a lip liner. Okay. Shaking this up. Gonna go on with 2 pumps. And then I'm going to take this. Oh yeah, this is like almost empty. I'm going to dab it around. Hopefully y'all can see that. Oh, I took off some product. It's like a big like Joe foot applicator. So you see how I kind of like put that around it. You can see the difference in the tone, how it's more yellow. It's a little bit lighter. And we're just going to mix the two together with this brush. This should help to add more coverage. Oh yeah, definitely adding more coverage. Huh. I did get a new mirror from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, that helped to add more coverage and to, I feel like it's much thicker. Okay, so that is definitely enough to give me full coverage. 2 pumps with a little bit of the Beyond Perfecting. Full coverage on half my face. And yeah, with the brush, it's just so much faster to apply this foundation, so we'll use the Gym Blender maybe during the school week. I'm a little bit behind schedule for going to church. I was like that last Sunday, but I'm going to make it today because I'm not going to stop for coffee. I'm going to make my own coffee here. If my coffee pot will get finished washing, I need to wash it, but I started it before I went on a walk with my dog. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. You can see the difference in the tone. Alright, I'm going to try and apply the Clinique foundation first, just because it doesn't move around, and I need to like kind of swipe it onto the skin because it's running out. So that's that foundation, and then 2 pumps of the Fenty Beauty foundation. And we're mixing the two together. Yeah, wow. This is definitely giving me the coverage I'm looking for. I probably could have just done 1 pump of the Fenty Beauty, and been fine when mixing it with this Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. And you see me patting over anywhere that I think needs a little bit more coverage, or where I want more coverage. And tapping around the edges helps to blend it into your hairline. I really like this brush. It's supposed to be for contouring and stuff, but I really like it for foundation because of how dense it is. So it really gives you like maximum coverage. Okay, wow, that was really nice. With the Clinique Beyond Perfecting. I wish they had the Clinique Beyond Perfecting in a shade darker like they do in their Stay Matte Oil for Liquid Makeup. This is in 29 Sienna. This is like my perfect in the middle shade. It's a little bit darker than my chest, a little bit lighter than my neck. That was what I was wearing yesterday in my little Instagram video with the song You're the One with Justin Bieber, DJ Khaled, all them. I think DJ Khaled is on it. That song, You're the One. I'm the one, not you're the one. I'm the one. That song. I was wearing the Clinique foundation last night when I went out. Really loved that one. So much. Just like one of my favorite Holy Grails. But I also like this one, but it's just a little bit too light for me. We'll see once the winter comes around. I need to get another one because it's empty. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so now that I have that on, it just needs to be set. And I think I'm going to use the powder I used yesterday because I really like the way that looked. But it's in my purse. So yeah, love this foundation. I need a different shade though. It works best when you set it with a loose powder, which is not what I'm going to do today, just for the sake of time. I'm going to use a pressed powder, but let me go get that. And then let me see if the coffee pot is done. The eye look we're doing, I already know exactly how I'm going to do it. So it's not going to take me very long. And for the skin, I'm thinking, yeah, we'll do a soft glow. I'll use a big fluffy brush and just glow up the skin. And the lip is a new lip. So the look is relatively simple and won't take me very long to complete. Even though there is kind of a lot of blending involved. But I'm trying to clean off my earring. There we go. They're little bows. I feel like I got sick last night. Like I'm getting a cold from going out last night. BRB. Nola got up. She's like, is she leaving? No, Nola, I'm not leaving you. Okay. The powder I had on last night is the CoverGirl Queen Collection Pressed Powder in Medium Deep Q425. I love this shade. I love this powder. It's a great mattifying powder that still gives kind of a natural finish to the skin. Doesn't make you look cakey. Speaking of like cakey, I have this damp beauty blender. I'm going to just dab over my skin to remove any excess foundation. And just to make sure that everything is blended. But yeah, I feel like I could have just used one pump of the Fenty Beauty mixed with the Clinique Beyond Perfecting and I would have been fine. But yeah, I'm definitely like full coverage flawless today. And it's just now 9 a.m. I try and leave by 9:45. I think I'm good. Because that gives me 45 minutes to get there, which is more than enough time. But I like to get there a little bit early so that I can stop at Starbucks. But your girl can't afford Starbucks right now. So I'm going to make my coffee at home. So perfect timing. I'm going to make this huge cup because, like I said, I was out until 1 a.m., guys. I normally go to bed at 8:30. I don't know how I made it. That was God. God was like, you need to be social and be around people because I was getting a little bit sad about, like, how lonely I am and how I still don't really have any friends here, like friends. That I would just call them and be like, hey, wanna go get a mani-pedi? When I can afford that again. Or hey, just wanna go grab dinner? Or hey, you wanna go to the park with me? Hey, you wanna go for a walk on the beach? Like I don't have any friends that I can just call up to do stuff with. Yeah, like I need just like a good girl pal. Alright, so I'm loading this powder up on my e.l.f. powder brush, and you're going to see me press it into the skin. I'm like so used to not having a mirror now that I'm not even using my mirror. I'm just looking at I was going to say my kitchen mirror, my bathroom mirror. I'm sure you guys can hear the difference in my voice a little bit, that I'm like starting to get sick and my nose is running. And I just feel a little congested and just not 100%. But I'm sure if I keep drinking my teas, I'll be fine. It wasn't cold, but it was like a little chilly for me because I'm cold natured, and I had on this little shirt with no bra. Yeah, it was kind of a crop top, but I had on high waisted jeans, so you couldn't see my stomach at all. So that probably is also part of the reason. And I was just around a whole bunch of random people I'd never met before, so germs. Because germs and bacteria, that's what makes you sick. Being cold doesn't make you sick. Germs and bacteria. But then we went to this one place called the Triangle on Hilton Head. I've never been there before. I've just heard of it. Never been there, just heard of it. And it's like, it's not clubs. They're kind of like bars with dancing, I guess. And so in that environment, it was warmer. People were like sweating, and it was somewhat crowded. So, germs, heat, strangers, crowded. That's probably where I caught some germs from somebody through the air. Yeah, not really my scene. I'm not really a big dancing club bar person at all. I'm a dinner person. A dinner and drinks at the dinner table person with food. And then go home. Or take pictures after. Like walk around and take cute pictures. Or take cute pictures before and then eat dinner. And have some drinks and then go home. I'm not a club person. I'm not really a dancing person. I love to dance at my house. At a kickback, I would be dancing. A true kickback, not like a house party, because that's too many people. I don't really like to be around a whole bunch of people, if you are catching my drift. A whole bunch of strangers, I should say. I don't like being around a whole bunch of people that I know. If it was like 100 people I know, cool. Like at a wedding or something, where it's like friend, like if a person in the music department got married, I would know basically everyone there, besides their family. But because I know their child, it's like your family's my family, so cool. Don't mind that. Actually, that's a perfect example. Like when my fraternity sister got married almost a year ago in November, her anniversary's coming up. It was great because like everyone there I knew pretty much. I pretty much knew. Goodness, I can't speak this morning. Lack of sleep. I'm sure you guys are probably like, why is she still powdering her face? Like, you're done. Yeah, I know. It's just out of, like, habit. I like to pack on the powder. I'm just gonna go in and just really press over my skin to make sure that everything is locked in there. And I go over my ears, tap over the edges of my hairline a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to disturb the hair. I have some little flat waves coming up over here, but it's whatever. It's sleek enough. Okay. Foundation is set. Look how smooth and flawless it looks. Putting this back in my purse. I'm gonna take that with me to church. Alright, we can move on to finishing the skin. I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a long time. I'm gonna take this e.l.f. complexion brush and I'm going to put my highlighter on it, and I'm going to use my Old Faithful Black Radiance Artisan Color Baked Bronzer in Ginger Snap. Love this. My skin looks so pretty. I love that powder. I forgot how much I liked it. I don't know why I wasn't using it. Probably because I have a whole bunch of powders open that I need to finish up. But I hate when there's like this ring around the edge. Comment below if you hate that. Like I don't like to waste makeup. I'm not about wasting anything with this budget, that I have. The way my salary is set up. But at the same time, it's like so annoying to be scraping the edges of a powder. I feel like that takes more time trying to get the actual product out than to apply it. And I don't like that because usually when I'm doing my makeup, I'm kind of in a rush in the mornings. So I don't have time to be scraping powder out the sides. So I feel like some of them I just need to just throw away. Like, and I hate to waste that product, but it's just like, you're really doing the most. You have me doing the most. I don't have time to sit here and rub the brush around the edges and try and evenly distribute it over a flat top brush. Like, it's just not happening. So we're just gonna really kind of add some glow to the cheeks. I really like this brush. It's nice and fluffy, so it like blends as you apply it. We're also gonna do the brow bone, the whole eyebrow, really, with how thin my eyebrows are and how big this brush is, and kind of the forehead a little bit. The eye look is going to be all matte shadows, and the bridge of the nose, of course. Which my nose is kind of flat, so whenever I use a big brush like this, the line is a lot wider than I really want it to be. So I have to be careful. Use really light pressure so that it's more of a thin line. Okay, I think my coffee pot is done washing, which is good. Doing the cupid bow, the same big old fluffy brush. Really making sure that the brow bone gets covered. But yeah, the place we went out to eat is called Skull Creek Boathouse. Never been there before. Food was really, really good and really, really, I feel, reasonably priced for seafood. For 4 people, it came up to like $97. Yeah, that's not bad. For like, we're literally sitting on the ocean. This place is right on the water. It's beautiful. It's like a popular spot for people to go. Look at that. So nice. I love the way the supplies glow. Like we're going for a more soft, subtle look. Kind of just using whatever is left all over. Let's just put it down here. I have no idea what I'm going to wear with this makeup look, but I'm doing it. Taking whatever's left over on the brush, brushing it on my body. Okay. So the skin is done. We're not going to add anything else to the skin. Time to move on to brows and eyes. Using my same Old Faithful eyebrow product that I don't think I'll ever change because this is $1.99 or $2.99. So inexpensive. And it works so well for me. Why would I change it? Like, the only thing I really like to change up and try out are eyeshadow palettes and lip products and foundations. And kind of mascaras, but I found the ones that work best, so I don't think I'm going to be exploring those too much anymore. And I don't really splurge on mascaras. That's not me. I think the drugstore works just fine. But for eyeshadow palettes, lip products, and foundations, that's the only time you'll see me get them from like Sephora. Or order from a smaller business that's kind of a little bit more pricey than the drugstore. Especially if it's a Black-owned business. I've been really into supporting Black-owned businesses. More so that I have a little bit more income. I'm able to like do that now. It makes me really happy that I'm able to support my people in that way. But yeah, yesterday was fun. Like it was last night / early this morning was fun. Like I really enjoyed it. I don't think I told y'all the whole story, did I? So one of my fraternity sisters, Talia, was visiting with some of her friends from college at Winthrop, where I graduated from. We met in college. But she lives in Sumter and went to Sumter High School, where I graduated from. So our families live in the same town. But anyways, one of the girls is from Hilton Head Island, and like her parents or she has a house on Hilton Head. And so they stayed at the house and they just like spent like a little weekend here, like to get away from school and just to relax and have fun and go out to eat and kayak and go to the beach, stuff like that. And I saw her Snapchat. I was like, "You're on Hilton Head, girl." I said I live there because I live relatively close, and I didn't want to make it seem like I live far away. I didn't want to do a whole lot of explaining. I was like, "Girl, I live near there." And she was like, "What? We should meet up." And I was like, "Yeah, what are your plans for tonight?" And they just like, her and her two friends just like took me in, And I really appreciated that. And I feel like the Lord knew that I needed that, just to be around women my age group and to feel safe and feel comfortable going out in new places. Because it's not, I'm not paranoid, but like the truth is it's just not safe for women to be out alone at night consuming alcohol. And it's just not safe. So that's why I want a friend so bad. So that I can like go out and be more social, meet new people, and make more friends. And I just enjoyed having good conversation with strangers. Like, it was actually good conversation. There was one guy who was a little funny over the top. Like, he was so drunk and he was a little extra. And this guy like had white hair. He was really old. But the younger people that we talked to, like, it was really cool. Like, we talked about music, we talked about our careers, we talked about teaching, we talked about hurricanes. Like, it wasn't like anything nasty or off-putting, or like I would talk about this stuff in front of my grandma. And that's the kind of conversation I like to have. I don't like conversations to be solely focused around inappropriate things. Like, that's just not what I'm thinking about, and that's not what I want to talk about when I am trying to interact and meet new people. Like, why are we talking about that stuff? Subject change. And unfortunately, with my age group, I feel like it's like one extreme or the other. Like, you're either going to meet people that want to talk about wholesome, interesting things, or you're going to meet people that just want to focus on nasty, inappropriate things. Or you could just meet people that you literally have no common interest and you can't talk to them at all. Or it's a struggle to talk to them. Of course, you can still talk to them, be polite, but it's a struggle. And that rarely ever happens for me since I've lived in so many different places and I have a lot of different interests. There's hardly a person I feel like I can't carry on a conversation with about something. And just being a teacher right there, that's a great conversation starter. Oh, you're a teacher? Yeah. And then you start talking about your school experience, their school experiences. They want to know what is it like, or they're just like, oh my gosh, you all deserve more. They're just like giving you praises, which, hey, thank you. I could never do what you do. Like, teachers are awesome. Y'all are amazing. Y'all deserve more. I'm like, yes, keep telling me this, random stranger. Like, glad you realize it. So, yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it. The food was good. Like, I wish I could go out more and just meet people and just have social interaction. But like I said, it's not safe to do alone at night. And I'm not really a nighttime person. Like, y'all know. I go to bed, like I said, and usually by 8:30, I'm asleep. Like, approaching REM sleep. Like, knocked out by 8:30. So for me to stay out that late and to go out that late is not what I prefer to do. Now, if I met the right friend, I can make that sacrifice. Probably not on my Saturday nights because I need to wake up and get ready for church. Even though I'm fine today, I feel fine. I am a little tired, but I'm not like, oh, I can't make it, which that's just not me in general. Like, I always just go to church because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I just don't make excuses, Like, the Lord didn't make excuses trying to go to the cross, you know what I mean? So I can sacrifice some sleep. I can take a nap later. I can make up that sleep. So, like, That's fine. I'm still going. Like, even if I go out on Saturdays, you'll still see me at worship on Sundays. And I didn't even drink that much. I had a seasonal, like a specialty seasonal cosmopolitan. We went to this hotel after we left the restaurant. Did you hear Nola sigh? So she's like, "Stop talking, Mom. You talk too much." But I like the seasonal cosmopolitan drink. It was good. Very strong though. And then after that, we went to that triangle place with the dancing bar places that were not clubs but had music. And I had just a shot called a cranberry. They call it a cranberry. Inappropriate name for a woman that starts with a W. I was like, why? I didn't understand why. Is that what it was called? Now I'm not sure if that's what it was called. I know it had that word in it, but I don't know. It was made with cranberry. What is it called? I can't remember what it was called. But it had cranberry juice and vodka. You know, that's like typical stuff you drink in college. And it was really good. Tasted good. You know, it wasn't like one of those nasty shots. I just had one of those. So I basically had 2 vodka drinks. One was a drink and one was a shot. And that's all. And then we sat around for a while. So, yep. I was not drunk at all. And thankfully, the girl was like, we should just take one car. So she's like, I'll just drive since I'm from here and I know my way around the island and the fastest way to get everywhere. So I'll just drive us all around. So that was nice. I didn't have to drive until I had to drive home. I just left my car at the restaurant. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Like and it was like planned. It was like, we're going here, then we plan to go here, we're going here. We're going to be there by this time. Or if we're running late, we'll let you know. That's like the kind of people I like that like plan, that think logically. When they have others involved, they don't just have you waiting or not knowing the plan or deciding when you get meeting up like at some random gas station and then deciding where you're gonna go. Like, no, have a plan. Give me a time. Like, be an adult about it, I feel. Okay, I've talked so much. Took extra long. You guys know when I start talking, it takes me longer to do my makeup. Alright, so we have the base done, the brows and everything are done, so we can go into the eyes. So the first 2 palettes. I'm using all Juvia's Place eyeshadows for this look, by the way, so you know. Hold on, I have way too much stuff like on my bathroom sink top, and there's not a lot of space here. Okay, so the first 2 palettes, I just dropped my Fenty Beauty highlighter on the floor, just knocked it down. Let's see if it survived. I'm sure it did. Yeah. Totally fine. Where can I put this? Okay. I'm ready. The first 2 palettes we're going to be dipping into are going to be the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place and then the Magic palette by Juvia's Place. And I'll tell you the shade names and everything. These palettes don't have mirrors, so I have to like hold up my new little mirror. The first shade we're going to be using is this bright orange shade right there. We're going to be using, you're going to see me use a lot of the same brush. I feel like that helps to blend. Where's my favorite crease brush? My Sigma Diffuse Crease Brush. So we're going to use the Sigma Diffuse Crease Brush, and I have a damp paper towel here to like kind of wipe it off in between shades. So here it is. We're going in with that bright orange, again from the Juvia's Place Magic palette, as our first transition crease color. Fumi used the NYX Jumbo stick, the white one, to in milk to like help her colors pop. I personally don't like to do that. I just like to see what the shadows can do on their own on my skin tone. That's one reason I like Juvia's Place eyeshadows, is because they actually show up on my skin tone. And I also feel like it helps the shadows to be a little bit softer. Like this look is going to be a bold look. It's going to be a little bit bold for church, but it's also soft at the same time. I feel, because we're doing a new lip. The focus is really on the eyes. And I'm being quite generous with this, and I'm applying this from inner to outer crease, as you can see. Just a nice soft wash of orange as our first color for the look. And I'm really like layering it up so that it's in there. My dog is licking her leg. That's better than her licking her butt, though. I hate when dogs lick their butt. It really just like bothers me. Probably because we don't do that as humans. We wash it, but I guess that's their way of washing, even though I wash her or I take her to get washed. I'll probably just be taking her to get her nails clipped. She seemed to enjoy it. And it's like so funny because like if you have a dog and you're not a super social person, then like your dog doesn't get to be social. So I also need to start putting her in doggy daycare. My mom's like, once a month you need to put her in doggy daycare so she can socialize. Yeah, I would love to do that, but I need to like rework my budget. Goals for 2018. New Year's resolutions. Rework my budget so that my dog and I can live our lives to the fullest and live our best lives. Because she does love other dogs. I really want to get another dog so that she has a friend. But right now, financially, that's not going to happen. Not this year. And not in 2018. Now, 2019, we can talk about it. I would definitely get a male dog and bigger than her. I just hope, I need to ask her foster mom, like when she was around all the boy dogs, do they try and hump her? Because I really don't want that to be happening. Even if the dog is spayed, or neutered, still, I don't want them humping their sister. That's weird. But yeah, I love my dog. I post pictures of her all the time. This is building so beautifully. Such a pretty orange color. I'm already happy. Just look how it's going. Alright, so that's the first shadow down. I have it nice and blown out. It's like a creamsicle color. Orange creamsicle. Really pretty. So now it's time to go into the Magic palette. And the next shade that she used was Zakia. And that's more of like a terracotta deeper orange, as you can see right there. We're going to put that a little bit lower in the crease, overlap a little bit. I'm just going to dust off the excess like this. And go straight into Zakia. Loading up that brush. It's a little bit deeper. Ooh, that's pretty. And placing that lower into the crease. So now we're building up like a gradient from that more bright creamsicle orange to this deeper, more terracotta orange. Getting that right into the socket. So pretty. So very, very, very pretty. And this to me just really makes me think of fall. Like oranges and reds just scream fall to me. Burgundies, berries, plums, those are the colors of fall to me. Which is why I kind of waited to do this look until fall. Until it was officially fall, even though it still feels like summer here in South Carolina. In this part of South Carolina, I should say. Still way too hot during the day. Mornings are beautiful. Late evenings after 7 p.m. beautiful. But during the day, goodness gracious, it's way too hot. Alright, so really just making sure to build that up nice and opaque in that area. I feel like this eye is not blending as well. And that could be because I didn't really set my eyelids how I normally set them. So there's like a little bit more chance of like creasing, so I'm just kind of going over it extra. Okay. We're getting somewhere. It looks like nothing right now, but I promise you it's gonna be something. We need that, but not yet. Let me find the next shade that we need. Alright, next I'm going into the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place. And we're going to take the shade Iota, which is more like a reddish brown shade. Reddish brown. It's more red toned. Let me look in this palette. Another Juvia's Place palette, see if there's one that's more red that I was thinking of. I know they have like a reddish brown shade. Nope, that's the one I was thinking of. That's the shadow I was thinking of. Iota. Same brush. Dipping it in. So now we're really going to start deepening it up, the look up a little bit. Oh wow, that's so pretty how these flow into one another. This one's a lot deeper, but it still has that reddish tone to it, and that's going right in the crease. That is so pretty. And kind of on my lid a little bit as well. I'm really packing it in the outer corner, you see over here, to really start to add some depth and dimension. And then I'm taking it in. And I'm taking this really low in the crease. I don't want it to go up too high, because we want all of these colors to blend together. There we go. Wow, that's really pretty. Yeah, this look is starting to come into formation. Alright now ladies, now let's get in formation. Haven't heard this song in forever. Makes me kind of want to listen to the Lemonade video album thing. Watch it. That's the whole reason I even got Tidal, and I'm so thankful because I love Tidal. And it's Black owned. And there's no commercials. Alright, you can see that I'm really like trying to put this as low as I can. Like it's on my lid partially, but also in the crease a little bit. So we can really get that gradient. My computer's about to die. I need to get the charger and plug it up. Look at that. That's so pretty. It's just the perfect shade for this. I'm also just going to take it over my lid with this brush as well, so that I can layer the actual more bright red shade on top. And I'm also going to make sure that I blend out the edges. Let me stamp on some more color. And just make sure that everything is blended. I like to blend as I go. And using the same brush really helps the blend. And I already have the shape kind of determined, which is good. Okay, just lightly blending over everything. Okay, so now we can go on with the actual lid color, which is going to be, I think, a mixture maybe. We're going to go into the Saharan palette from Juvia's Place. And I'm going to take this shade called Sokoto and pack that on my lid. I'm going to try using my finger just to see how it looks. And it's going to be layered over top of this deeper red, so hopefully it looks nice. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I'm just going to use my finger. I used all matte eyeshadows for this look. It is a very bright red, so I'm just going to mix, you'll see what I'll do to like kind of tone it down. I'm kind of focusing it on the center of my lid, as you can see. Wow, that's so pretty. It is like more of an orangey red, so that's good. This look is coming out so very nice. I'm blending with my finger. Okay, so we have Sokoto on there, and that's a very bright red. It looks so pretty in person. I'm just going to go back into the shade Ada and just kind of buff around the edges of it so that that really, really bright red is... I'm back. Hold on, let me get my charger so I can plug up my computer because it's doing weird stuff. All right, and we're still good on time since I'm making my coffee here. Okay. So I plugged in my computer. Hopefully y'all saw that. It like stopped. I feel like it stopped recording for a second. But I'm going back into Ada from the Masquerade palette. That's the shade I was just using before, this really bright reddish orange color. And I'm using that same fluffy brush. And I'm just going to blend lightly over top of that Sokoto shade and on the edges of it. There we go. See how that toned that down? Lightly blending over top of it and on the edges of it with this deeper red. In person, this is really pretty. I feel like Sokoto looks a little bit patchy though. I'm gonna take my finger in this shade and I'm gonna press it over top of the Sokoto. Remember, these are all matte eyeshadows. Yeah, that looks better. So we have like that pop of brightness right on the lid. I'm going to take a little bit more of this into the crease. Gonna knock off the excess. Going back into the Magic palette, taking the shade Zakia. I'm going to take a little bit more and blend out the very edges of the look. And I'm also going to apply this to the lower lash line. Just taking the tiniest bit of this and blending. Gonna go ahead and apply it to the lower lash line using the brush I normally use to highlight my inner corners. I also like to use for the lower lash line. So this is Zakia. It's like that terracotta orange, the deeper orange that we used in the crease. Applying this to the lower lash line. And then we will go back and add some more of Ada, the more reddish shade. The deeper red, reddish brown shade. And probably mix in some Sokoto as well. Applying this on my entire lower lash line with this brush. And connecting. Okay. Going back to the Zulu palette, probably for the last time. The Zulu palette, we're taking that very bright orange that we started out with. I'm going to diffuse the edges one last time before we really finish up this look. Just right on the edges with this really bright orange, to really make sure everything kind of comes together. Just blending around the edges of the whole look. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see the gradient a little bit better. So putting the Zulu palette away, we are done with that one for the look. Going back to the Masquerade palette and the shade Ada, the only shade we use from this palette right here, that deeper reddish brown. Gonna apply a little bit more of that crease on this eye. I feel like I need a little bit more. In the outer V area. There we go. Taking that small brush that we just used to apply that Zakia color, taking Ada, that same shade I used in the crease, the reddish, more red shade, I'm going right over the top of Zakia just to add more of a reddish color. Kind of going 2/3 the way in. Laying it right on top. So I'm not going all the way into the tear duct area. Making sure to connect everything. Then we're gonna go into the shade. Putting my magic palette away now, we don't need that one. I'm like trying to keep everything neat and organized as I do this, and the struggle's real because of how much limited space I have. Going back into the Saharan palette now, the last palette we used on the lid. Taking that really bright red Sokoto up here in the corner. On this same brush, I'm going to take some of that and layer a little bit of that on the lower lash line, focusing on the center of my lower lash line. You can see how that just made that so bright. And kind of dragging that inwards. So we are done with the Saharan palette. Saharan. Going back to Ada yet again from the Masquerade palette. The deeper reddish brown. Just going to add a little bit more. Ooh, I thought my whole palette was going to fall. Over the Sokoto a little bit underneath it. Not hiding it completely, but just toning it down a little bit. There we go. And I'm just going to take whatever's left over on the brush and kind of go over the tear duct area. Maybe I should put Sokoto there. No, I kind of like the way this is looking like this. So we're not really going to highlight the inner tear ducts. I just kind of washed all these colors in that area. Whatever's left over on the brush. Okay. So this is the eyeshadow look. And I'm just going to add mascara. She had on really nice, pretty, like, not fluttery, what is it, wispy-ish lashes with the look. That looked gorgeous, but you guys know I don't do lashes, so we're just going to add mascara. I really like the way this eye look turned out. It looks even prettier in person. And then she had a beautiful new lip with it, so we'll do that. I'm going to go in with it's like kind of a satin lip, satin glossy. I'm gonna go in with Teddy Bear from Milani. I feel like that would be perfect for my skin tone. Yeah, perfect. Yes. Oh, it's so perfect. I'm gonna see if I can find the picture of Blac Chyna to show y'all while I apply mascara. Where is my phone? Is it charging? Let me grab my phone. My coworker texted me. All right. Well, let me double check. She needs a coworker's phone number. I took a picture of a sheet of paper that I believe we all wrote our phone numbers on. No, she didn't write her name down here. Oh, nope, I don't. Okay. Oh, yeah, post it on that picture. Hold on, here we go. Blac, Chyna. And I'll show you Fumi's. How is she spelling her name? Oh, I found her. Is this her? Is this really her? No, this is like not her real page. I don't know how this child spells her name. How she's no. Oh, that's because okay. She spells it a little differently. Oops. I'm so bad at technology sometimes. Like with Instagram, I'll accidentally swipe too hard, swipe my finger away, and yeah. Alright, so you can kind of peep the look right there. Here's a video of her, I guess. Putting on lip gloss. Look at that eye look. It's so pretty. She's pretty. I'm so happy. You see it? Did y'all see it? So that's her. Okay. And then let me show you Fumi. I said I was going to do this while I was putting on mascara, but my mind is all over. Now I'll show you Fumi's version. Here's just a picture. And I like followed her kind of rules, guidelines, sort of, kind of, for the look. She's so beautiful. Look at her. And then here's like a snippet from her video about the look. With all these people that recreated it. Mine is more soft, church, school, friendly. It's not as winged out and as dramatic, but it's just soft and pretty. Oh, so pretty. I just love these colors. Wow. That stuff falling in the trash can. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline, the Falsies push up drama mascara, and we're really gonna build it up. Being very careful not to get any on the lid. This builds up best if you let the coats dry in between. But it's kind of a thicker formula, so it takes longer to dry in between coats. But I'm loving this all matte eyeshadow look. It's so pretty. I'm really pleased with how it came out. And I have another eyeshadow or a blush I could have used if I wanted to make it more, the red more intense on my lid, but I like the way that this looks. I hope you guys like it too. I really love it with this lip. I have a Music Soul Child song in my head now. We went from Judena to Music Soul Child. That's kind of how my playlist is though. Of like my favorite like tracks, it goes wow. It is crazy. Like the extremes, the different genres, how they don't connect. Because I really do enjoy almost all genres of music. I even have a couple like country songs on there and like a few like hippie dippy songs. or like some like contemporary, more like Caucasian Christian songs on there. I should say Caucasian-esque Christian songs. A whole bunch of just random things. And then, like, you know, old school jazz. You know, I love Nina Simone. I love Ella Fitzgerald. I love Sarah Vaughan. I love Peggy Lee. I love all that old music. Ella Fitzgerald and Nina Simone, definitely. Like, I've already been thinking of ways to fit. Like, I will have a child and she will be named Ella. If I have children. If I have a girl. Ella. One of them is going to be Ella. And I'm thinking of Nina for a middle name. Not Ella Nina, because that sounds bad. But if I have another girl, middle name, Nina. I have eyeshadow on my eyeballs right now. I can see it. Another thing I like about this look is like the contrast with your black lashes to the reds and the oranges is also pretty to me, that contrast. Going in with the second coat now that it has kind of dried on the upper lashes, and I feel like that's all I'm going to need is 2 coats, because we don't want them to get too clumpy. And this mascara, it's more of a thicker formula that can get kind of clumpy. So I like the way that eye looks. Going back to work on these lower lashes a little bit. Yes, time-wise, I'm doing great. It's 9:48. I really need to leave at like 10. No later than 10:05, and I'll be good. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Yeah, this look, it came out just so nice and soft and pretty, like I envisioned it to. Don't you love when your vision like actually comes into reality? When your visions become reality. Look at these lashes. Building them up with this mascara slowly, letting it dry a little bit. Loving this look. Gonna put on another layer of this lipstick. So I want it to be more like opaque, kind of like how hers are. She's also lighter than me, a lot lighter, so. But I feel like this is an appropriate nude for my complexion. There we go. And she had her glow. Mine's not as intense. Oh, just look at this look, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, hearing about my weekend. And hopefully this week will be better than the last. I have a feeling that it will. I'll probably only do 2 tutorials this week because there's still a look by Tati I want to create, and we'll do something else. But other than that, every other day of the week, I don't even wear eye makeup. Sometimes I don't even wear mascara, but normally I do mascara. If I have time. Love the way this came out. Let me know down below if you like the way that it came out. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support. And I feel a little shiny. I will see you in the next video. Bye, YouTube.